Hello everyone, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and I received a lot of requests from different viewers who wanted to kind of get a glimpse of how I shoot my videos, basically because before all this YouTube idea came into existence, I was a professional photographer throughout my life with multiple film cameras, and then I switched to these the digital DSLR cameras. I have multiple Canons and Nikon, you name it. Not to mention drones. I got a whole bunch of drones. And camcorders, good cameras, cheesy cameras, you name it. I have everything. So they wanted me to give them a tour of my setup, how everything works, why I have so many mixers. You should only have one mixer based on what they think you should, quote unquote. But no, if you are doing professional photography or videography and you're doing like tutorials, you need multiple mixers, you need multiple cameras, you need different angles and what have you. You cannot rely just on a couple of cameras. You need multiple points of views and everything. So I'm gonna give you a tour to see how everything works. Okay, so let's switch to these cameras. Okay, so this camera that you're looking at right now is the camera that's mounted on my desk pointing to where I work. Okay, now this camera is mounted on my desk, pointed up, and pointed down, mounted on the top, and it's pointing down. And basically if I'm fixing something, I get this angle. I have three angles when I'm fixing something. I have this angle, and this angle. Let me concentrate on this one. I chose this one because with this angle you can see my mixer. This mixer, this is the top camera, this is the side camera, this is the other side camera. Now people are confused because they see I also have this mixer, this Blackmajic mixer. Why would I have this mixer? What's the need for the Blackmajic mixer when I have this? The answer is this. Each one of these mixers have 4 inputs. So if you have 4 cameras and you can live with 4 cameras or 4 inputs, you're okay. You don't need 2. But I need to have 7 inputs. 4 from here and 3 from here. Why? Because one of these inputs are going to be my desktop capture. Even though I do have a desktop capture option on the actual software right here, I have a desktop capture on the software, but when you use a software switch, you always basically you don't have the luxury of doing it externally, because what if your lecture or whatever you're teaching is on your screen? So you cannot do like bring back the recording interface or the software which is for your recording in order to do the switch. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I will switch to the software just to show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to do a display capture. Watch this. This is the display capture, right? So if I want to do a screen capture in software, I have to come here and click, basically, and you see the difference. When you click, it's on and off, basically. Now it's that, and now it's not. Basically, now it's the mixer, now it's the screen capture. And now I have to, when I have the screen capture, now I have to go here and press cut in order for that to transfer. So that's the reason. And even now, watch this. If I do this, you have to hit cut again in order for that to transfer. Now there are software versions that will do auto cut for you, but if you don't have that auto cut option, then you're in trouble, because you basically are bound to, you have to basically lose whatever you're doing to come to this interface in order to do the switching. But if you do it this way with the switch box, then you're not worried about it. You could just simply do it with a switch box. You don't have to worry about cutting. The other benefit doing with this is that I have a dual output video card. So one of these inputs from here is the output from the video card, which if I want to do a screen capture, I simply press that button for the screen capture. Voila, and I have a screen capture. So that's another benefit. So basically I don't necessarily have to do that. For example, let me show you this. I'm gonna go to my face. Now it's my face, right? Now watch how with my hand, with this, actually let me see if I can get this in the camera. I have so many wires here. I apologize. So see this right here? No, you can't see it there from that's okay. Let me switch to a different camera. Okay, see this? This will be between the mixer and my image. See? Of course you're not gonna see that because when it switches, it switches. But that's the reason why I need multiple mixers and multiple video mixers and what have you. Oh my god. So this way I don't have to be on that page that I'm switching. Basically, necessarily, I don't have to be in that page. Now, I have used different recording programs, softwares. For example, I used XSplit, I used OBS, I used, let me see, what was the name of that one, which I was Wirecast. I used Wirecast. I used a whole bunch of different ones. I'm reading it off of my screen here. The ones that I used, vMix. I used vMix. And believe it or not, the OBS, which is a free one, is much better as far as the video stability and everything. So I have good luck with that. And I mean, there are certain things that you can do with one, not with the other. But for my purpose, for what I need it for, it serves a purpose, the OBS, the free one. So yeah, that's why. Now let's talk about audio. The audio is very important factor. If you notice right here, I have audio inputs here. I'm using these two audio inputs to record. Currently, I'm in this channel as I'm speaking to you right here. And these are all down. But the other ones are for like small microphones that I'm plugging, like this guy right here. Like this microphone, which if I'm like teaching about a GPS or something, I will simply clip this into the back of the GPS in order to get a good sound. For example, if I'm talking about this GPS right here, I'll clip this in the back. This way I get a pickup of the speaker of the GPS to give people a better sound. Same thing with headsets. I do a lot of videos on HME headsets, these headsets. So if I want to get the feedback from the headset, I put one on the sponge right there, and as I press the buttons and the prompts that come from the headset is being recorded as well. That's why I need multiple microphones. I could use up to 4 microphones on this, 4 channels. That's enough for me. I don't need to use more than 4 because that's all I need. Okay, now let's talk about the cameras and different angles of these cameras. Okay, for showing my cameras, I'm gonna use one of these guys because it's hard to point these cameras to each other. It's very hard. So I'm gonna use one of these guys to show you what's up with my cameras. Okay, all right. Okay, so I have one camera mounted right here. This camera is pointing down to the desktop. It's mounted using one of these ball head setups right here. As you can see, it's a ball head setup, which gives it all kinds of movements and maneuverability options. And it has one of these type of clamp-on holders that clamps onto the frame of the desk. For my own face, or I should say visual, I'm using a Canon EOS PR camera. I'm using these cameras because for facial, it's very important to use something with really good full frame quality, or else you will have a lot of problems with your facial image. This is a you know, Logitech PTZ camera, which I hardly use because the image quality is not nearly as good as that one, which is the, you know, Canon full frame. And then on the left side right here, I have a regular, another camera, which is a Canon camcorder, I should say. It's a Canon camcorder, and it's a Vixia HFG20, which is one of a great quality cameras. And I have that right there. For sound, as I said, I have this guy, and I also have one of these guys, which I use when I do like outdoor or far away sound recording, because this is the best way instead of the wireless cameras. Too many complications. But in your post-production, you can mix the sound from this with your video and get a great quality. It's a lot better than using a the built-in camera on the camcorder, or to deal with wireless mics and the wires, and then you have the wireless mic attached to your camcorder and then all the gadgets that go with it. Simply put this in your belt, clip this on, and then you have yourself a great recording, audio channel. Okay, so again, as I said, this little guy right here, as you can see, you have 3 different cameras attached, and the 4th one is empty because I can add another camera. It's nothing in there right now, but there it is. And this guy, same thing. Now, as you can see in my screen right here, as I'm pushing, you can basically see the difference. There, let me go here. You could see the difference, how quickly, compared to if I do it from the software right here. So this is why this comes in very handy. Now let's talk about the top cameras. This camera that you see on a big old frame right there, huge frame. This is for photography using a high definition full frame DSLR camera. I believe this is a Canon 5D. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a Canon 5D. And Mark II, I believe that is. Yeah, that's a Mark II. And then I have another camera from the top, which I mentioned, which comes down like this and goes up just like this. As you can see, comes down and goes up in order to give me a good glimpse, or I should say a good pickup. It goes all the way this low. You see how low that it goes? It goes all the way this low to give me a good videography option. This is my mic. This is a very good microphone. As you could see, it's a, what brand is that thing? Let's see. It's a TZ. It's a TZ microphone. It's a nice one. I'm happy. I bought it from Amazon, a couple $100, if that. I'm not sure exactly how much it was. It has a good sound quality. Right now, my voice is being recorded with the GoPro 2. I'm sorry, the DJI Pocket 2 camera. That's what's recording. You need this if you want to block your the wind coming from your breath when you're recording. So you need this. If you talk from a far distance, you should be fine. But if you want to talk closer, then you need this in front of your microphone. Okay, and obviously this is my camera setup for still shots. And if I'm selling something on eBay and I need to take pictures, then I have this camera set up at 2 different angles with one flash here with another flash up top on top of the white dome, and the base of the dome is movable like that. You can see right now it's spinning. Basically, it's spinning base. As you can see, I turned it on, turned it off. So that platform right there is spinning, so you can take pictures without having to go there and do all the other good stuff. So anyways, this is the tour of my studio, and I hope you like it, and I will be showing you more as I get newer stuff and whatnot. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video tour of my studio, and if you have any questions, please don't forget to ask. All right. Make sure to like and subscribe. I forgot to say that. That's a ritual that I say at the end of every video. Please like and subscribe.